objection, right? Because as I already told many of you, and many of you already know, there's like integrated within all of this is obviously sales, is obviously really understanding that aspect of sales. And one piece of sales is also understanding objections, meaning what is someone going to say to then try to combat what I'm trying to propose to them right now. Because we all do it, right? When you're in a store and you don't want to buy the perfume and they trying to come up to you in the mall and make you smell it and you're like, oh, I got somewhere to go, I'm moving really fast. That is an objection. They could very well try to overcome that objection, but there's no point when we're walking quickly in the mall. However, when we're on the phone, it's actually a little bit easier having these conversations in person. It's a little bit easier to try to overcome some of what we call, again, objections. People are meeting you with some way or some reason of why they cannot do what you're trying to ask them to do. So some typical objections that you might be met with. Number one, a fear of being able to pay, right? Meaning that you go up to them and you're like, okay, well, I really want to get started with this. But they say, wait, Brittany, like you got a new business. This isn't like you've been in here under a year. We don't really see much of anything coming through your bank account right now. That is when you're then meeting that objection or combating that objection with, okay, well, is there actually a way that I can, so rather than paying, just the $1,500 that you're asking for initially, I'm willing to give you, $1,650 per month, just so that you can become a little bit more confident in us actually being able to pay this. Because our business model, again, we've worked with this company or, we've been doing this and we know for a fact that our clients are coming through, they're going to be booking these rooms. We are willing to offer you more than what you're asking for, at least for the first 3 months, to show you that, hey, we can actually pay this money. That is one objection that you are likely going to receive. Another one is, okay, like we've just never done this before. We've never done this corporate leasing thing before. I don't know how any of this works. Sometimes, many times, this is one that is met when you are looking at homes specifically, but we've never done it before. I don't even know what a corporate lease is. Offer them a trial period, right? Like, hey, give us 3 months, give us a chance and let's try it out for 3 months, right? And if you're not satisfied with our service, with what we're doing, how we're handling your space, we can terminate the lease. But if you give us a chance to try it for at least 3 months, that is going to give us an opportunity to show you that, hey, this is something that can actually work for you. And it's not just a benefit for us, it is also a benefit for you. And again, this is where that sales is coming into play, because this isn't just a benefit for you all. It's very easy for us to get into this and say, well, why would somebody want to rent out their apartment to me and let me rent it for $1,500 and I'm about to make $5,000 from it? There's a lot of reasons someone would do that. One of the main ones being that as a landlord, you, again, step out of your own frame of thinking. As a landlord, they are like, some of their main concerns are, number one, whether people can pay rent. And number two, what am I going to do? Like, how am I handling damages? I always have to worry about maintenance, this, that. You as a business, you're now coming in and you're saying, hey, I can guarantee you rent. Like either way, your rent is going to get paid. I'm not someone who's going to come into your unit squatting. And then even furthermore, in addition to knowing that that rent is going to be paid, you are then also going to be handling smaller damages and claims, and their space is getting cleaned on a far more frequent basis than it would be if someone with a long-term guest was in there. Does that piece make sense? Like, we are finding the benefits for them, because again, it's not just a benefit for you, it is also a benefit for them. We just have to step out of our own frame of thinking to see that. So let's say that we're met with this fear of, okay, like I hear about Airbnb all the time on the news, like parties, crazy guests. I'm scared that my apartment or my place is going to be damaged. Again, our team handles minor damages and repairs. You don't have to worry about anything that's under $200, $250. We'll handle that. Now, in the instance that something goes wrong with the water, the AC, heating, anything like that, that is handled by the apartment complex, definitely. But if they're fearing smaller damages, help them to understand that your team is actually handling those minor damages. And then even furthermore, let's say that they're worried about insurance, like something really bad going wrong. You are able to, and it's actually recommended, I recommended you acquire rental insurance. You have to in the first place, but also remind them of the Airbnb host guarantee. Like Airbnb, in terms of damages from guests, Airbnb is willing to cover up to $1 million for both homes and apartment complexes for people that are going through and it's like a guest damages your home, you need money back or what have you. So remind them of that. But this is how you are meeting those initial objections that you might hear or see. We talk a little bit more about this within the corporate leasing webinar. So if you have any additional questions, just let me know. But these are some of those initial objections for right now, at least, that some of you are going to get or you might get in these initial conversations you're having.